Good evening, students. Today I am going to begin the chapter Skin, Human Skin. Human skin is the largest organ, covers the whole body, and it accounts for 15% of our total body weight. It's having many functions. We will see one by one. The skin is the sorry First function is protection. Protection is the primary function of our skin. It protects the underlying tissue from mechanical shocks. It holds the body fluid inside and prevent excessive loss of water by evaporation. It prevents the entry of harmful substance or disease causing germs. It protects the body against excess ultraviolet light, which is potentially very harmful. Sensation. Our skin serves as sense organ for touch, pain, pressure, heat, etc. Temperature regulation. The skin prevent loss of heat in cold weather and uh, loss of heat in cold weather and facilitate loss of heat in hot weather. Next, storage of food. Skin store reserve food in the form of fat under the skin. Excretion. The skin assists in the process of excretion by throwing out sweat and some amount of urea. Synthesis of vitamin D. Skin can synthesize vitamin D when it is exposed to sunlight, but it is not totally proved that it's really synthesized vitamin D. Grip. The skin on our fingers and palms form ridges and grooves which provide a more efficient grip. Now we will see the structure of the skin, but before that, out of 7 functions of the skin, you can learn any 4. Learn for the exam. So now we will see about the structure of the skin. That is, vertical section of the skin is taken here. And the principal components of the human skins are here, that is skin proper and derivatives of the skin. First we will see about the skin proper. Microscopically, the skin proper is composed of 2 layers, epidermis and the dermis region. Here, from here to here, it is known as epidermis, and below this is the dermis region. So there are 2 main regions of the skin, epidermis and dermis. First we will see about the epidermis. Epidermis is the outer part of the skin. It forms of stratified epithelium piled up one after the other. So layer after the layer, it is made of stratum corneum or stratified corneum. And here this is, in some parts of our body it is very soft like eyelid, very thin, and some like palms, heels, it is hard and uh, tough. It devoids of blood vessels. Stratum corneum devoid of blood vessels. That's why sometimes if little scratch is taken place, there will be no pain and no blood comes out. And uh, it shows 3 regions. Epidermis shows 3 regions. That is, first region is from here to here is stratum corneum or cornified layer. Second layer is granular layer. You can see in one or two layer. It is made up of one or two layer, granular layer, and third is the Malpighian layer. So these three layers are forming the epidermis. So from here to here, it's the epidermis part. First part we will see that it is made up of conified cells layer after the layer. And it's a flattened dead cells. That's why I said it devoid the blood vessel. And when there is any scratch, their blood will not come and there is no pain, devoid of blood vessels. It can be found on hairs, nails, horns, hooves, silk, etc. And it serves for three functions. First layer serves three functions. First is protect from mechanical damage. Second, protect from bacterial infection. And the third, loss of water by evaporation. Protect from loss of water by evaporation. So please remember the function of the stratum corneum. First is protect from mechanical shock or damage. Second is protect from bacterial infection. And third is protect from loss of water by evaporation. Second layer, and this is the second layer made up of one or two, three layers. 1, 2, 3 layers. Here it is shown only 2 layers. So it's giving just way for the outermost cornified layer. This is the outermost cornified layer, and this granular layer gives the way for the deeper layer to conified layer. And the third one is Malpighian layer. This is Malpighian layer. Malpighian layer. And it is also known as germinative layer because it continuously divides and produces the new cells to replace the worn out or dead cells of the conified layer. So that is the function of the Malpighian layer. Continuously divide to produce the new cells so that it can replace the worn out dead cells or shed cells of the conified layers. Coloration of the skin. The complexion of face is due to pigment melanin. Melanin is the pigment present in our skin which gives the color of the body. Some are having more pigment, they are dark color, they are having dark coloration. Some are having little, the color is whitish type. Some are having little more, they are in intermediate color like Indian, whitish color, etc. Like African Negroes, they are having more melanin in their skin, and that's why they are dark color, they are having the dark coloration. Now, sometimes you will be asked to write the function of the pigment melanin. The skin pigment acts like an umbrella to protect inner parts of the body from the harmful effects of ultraviolet rays which comes from the sunlight. So these are the three layers of epidermis: stratum corneum, granular layer, Malpighian layer. And I already explained this. Please go through it, learn. And the next is two abnormal conditions of the skin pigment: leukoderma and albinism. Leukoderma is the loss of skin pigment from here and there of the body. Patches come all over the body. but not complete loss of skin pigmentation. And this disease is yet unknown why it happens. Next is albinism. Albinism means complete loss of pigmentation of the skin all over the body, including hair, eyebrows, eyelashes, and even iris of the eye. The skin of affected individuals appears pinkish because of the underlying blood capillaries. Albino couples produces only the albino children because that is inherited, because they are not having skin pigmentation, so the uh, offspring or the progeny or children also will not have the skin pigmentation, and they without color, their skin is having no coloration. So I finish here this part, only the epidermis part. Please draw the diagram, practice it, and try to remember the all parts labeled. And um, so that you will be able to write in the exam. Sometimes these diagrams will be given and you have to mention the parts level. And later on, the dermis region I will be discussing with all whatever parts are present here, all the parts will be discussed in detail. Thank you.